All right, so here's a proof using our new theorems. So we're given that C is equidistant from A and B, and that D is equidistant also from A and B, okay? And so we want to prove that angle CDA is a right angle, CDA, okay? All right, so let's start out with the givens. So C is equidistant from A and B, and D is also equidistant from A and B. Just use the tick marks there since we're saying the same thing. And those are givens. Okay, so part two. And by the way, just to be clear on the tick marks, I don't think I've really used those very much so far, but that just means we're saying the same thing on both lines, right? And on a test, I'd probably like you to write those out, write everything out just to make sure. But if you're on the homework or notes or things like that, you can definitely use that as shorthand to be more efficient. All right. So what does it mean to be equidistant? If C is equidistant from A and B, and actually we don't even necessarily need to say this, but we can say, we could say that CA or CA is congruent to CB, right? If we wanted to, but we can actually go straight from this to say if a point is equidistant from two endpoints, that must mean it's on the perpendicular bisector, right? So we can say that CD is perpendicular bisector of AB. Okay. And so that's because of the converse of perpendicular bisector theorem. Okay. All right. And if CD is the bisector, that means we have some. If it's a perpendicular bisector, we have some right angles, right? We know that CDA has to be a right angle, right? And so does CDB. So angle CDA is a right angle. And that's by definition of bisector. All right, and that's it. So we didn't use D as equidistant from AB. We could have used that to say that if D is equidistant from A and B, I guess we kind of already knew that, it was a segment bisector, so that means it would have to be equidistant from A and B. But we could also say that D is on the angle bisector, right, of ACB because it's equidistant from both sides. So I guess that we could have said that. All right, so CDA. So I don't know. I feel like I missed something because that was maybe a little too easy. But let me know if you caught anything, and let me know if you have any questions.